All right, let's talk Dallas Cowboys. It's been a really solid offseason for Dallas, and we've covered it a lot, of course. When you look at the head coaching job, I think Schottenheimer coming in early returns. We know no games actually been played yet, but he did a really nice job filling out his coaching staff. Good, solid offseason moves. Big deal for Pickens, of course. Really good draft across the board. And it looks like the Cowboys are about to put the finishing touch on this offseason with one more big time move. This is great news for Dallas, which we'll get into in just 1 second. But first, I'm Nick. That is Andrew, and this is Saturday Morning Inspection. All right, so like I said in the opening there, the Dallas Cowboys have had a really solid offseason, making a lot of big moves. But the one overhang that still exists is, of course, a mega deal, a mega extension for superstar edge defender Micah Parsons. Well, it looks like that deal, that drama will be coming to its close in very short order. Let's pull up this report here, courtesy of SI.com. According to ESPN's Adam Schefter on Get Up, most people believe that a deal will get done for Micah Parsons at some point this summer. Dallas has remained optimistic that a deal will get done, and for Parsons, it'll be worth the wait. And when it does get done, it is expected to make him the highest paid defensive player in NFL history, Schefter said. It will be a huge number. It should surpass Myles Garrett. It'll give Micah Parsons that distinction, and most people believe that deal will get done at some point here in the coming weeks. All right, whether you love Adam Schefter or hate him, it's very clear he's plugged in. This is something that, based on his reporting, I'm going to take it for what it's worth, which is, again, very high esteem. He's a good reporter, that over the next couple of weeks, Micah Parsons will get his mega deal, his mega extension, and that final piece of the puzzle for the Cowboys offseason seems to be will be put to a close, very importantly, before training camp. Because if you fast forward, again, roughly one calendar year, Dallas went through training camp, went through the drama of dealing with a CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott extension. There was all kind of issues. There was a massive overhang as they were trying to get ready for the regular season. And if you look at when those deals were signed, CeeDee Lamb did not receive his extension until August 26th of last year. Again, basically the end of training camp, and Dak Prescott, of course, did not receive his deal until September 8th, right at the season opener against Cleveland. This time, the Cowboys, it's late, or later, I should say, than you would like, but it's also significantly earlier. Again, if it happens over the next couple weeks, give it 3 weeks, we're looking at what? 15 July, give or take, right? So again, we're talking over a month, almost 2 months before those deals were done, well before training camp, can put this completely to bed, get everything under wraps, button up all the issues, and head into Schottenheimer's first training camp as the head coach with this new staff and new culture, and get everybody on board and trending in the right direction. And this is going to be really important because, like we've talked about a lot this offseason, Schottenheimer and his crew have done a great job resetting the culture. A lot of the same faces, of course, you look at the quarterback position, a lot of the key leaders are still there, even though guys like Lawrence and Martin are, of course, gone, and there are big-time additions, like, of course, Pickens being the top of the list. Fowler returning is another example. Across the board, though, this has been nothing but a change in culture, dynamic, just from the leadership at the top of the organization down to the lowest level rookie. It is a new era for the Dallas Cowboys. The one thing that could derail that momentum would be an overhang of a contract extension, a holdout, something like that, that appears to be about to be put completely to bed over the next few weeks. Micah Parsons should officially sign this extension. He'll get paid a lot of money. He'll be happy. He'll come in. By the time we go into training camp, believe it or not, folks, the Dallas Cowboys will be drama-free. I don't know the last time I can think of that, but I tell you what, it is a great sign. This team this offseason they haven't said this explicitly, but it's clear in their intentions and their moves. They want to make football, as weird as it sounds, their number one priority. Sometimes it doesn't seem to be the case in Dallas. This time it looks like it is the case, and that's obviously a great sign for the Cowboys. Schottenheimer, Pickens, Lamb, Parsons, Osa Odighizuwa, young offensive line getting better across the board. This is a great sign for a Cowboys franchise that finally seems to be trending in a positive direction, not just to win games, but to have a winning culture that could lead to long-lasting success. All right, Miles, I'm curious what your thoughts are on this. But first, Cowboys fans, in the comment section below, we're talking linebackers. I know Micah Parsons is an edge rusher, but we'll call him a linebacker, which, tell you what, at this point, we're talking Cowboys great historical stuff. Who, in your opinion, is the greatest Cowboys linebacker of all time? Now, this, I tell you what, this is a real tough one. You could go all the way back to 1961, the addition of Chuck Howley, the late, great Chuck Howley at this point. But give us your opinion. Who is the greatest Cowboys linebacker of all time? Put them in the comment section below. But Mize, over to you now. What are your thoughts on this latest news out of Dallas?
Yeah, Nick, I think this is an update that everybody expects. I think at this point, the way the offseason's been going, we know that the Cowboys front office, they're in the business of they're going to get this thing done. And I'll put it this way. I think If the Cowboys can get this deal done before the season starts, I think they will have one of the best, off seasons the Cowboys have had in a long time. And I'll put it this way. I think if they get this thing done before training camp, July 20th, I believe, is the starting of Dallas's training camp. If they can get done before then, I think this would be the best offseason of any team in the NFL, bar none, to be able to get all of those things taken care of, all the contracts done, to get all of these great new up and coming players, to really put this team to get big time trades. There's been a little bit of everything in this Cowboys offseason. You got superstar deals being made. You've got players being secured for the long time. You've got future guys brought in who are going to be starters, who can be really solid on this team. You're able to get a big splashy trade in there for a guy like George Pickens at the wide receiver position. I think whatever you love to happen in an offseason, whatever you say, I wish that Dallas would do this offseason, they did it in some form or fashion. This offseason for the Cowboys has been something special. It has been really, really phenomenal. I think they've done a really, really good job. This is a Cowboys team who I think is going to be significantly better this year because of all of the headaches gone. There's no pressure. There's no, cloudiness. There's no stigmas in the offseason. It has just been really, really good news after good news after good news, good football move after good football move. So we talk about this all the time. This is the last thing that needs to happen. I think we're going to see it before training camp. I think we could see it within a month. He says in a couple weeks. I think it would be if Schefter somehow he gets all this information. If it was going to be longer than before training camp, I think he would say in the next few months they'd get something done. I think wording and how they say things is really important. So I think we see it before training camp, and that to me would make this by far the best offseason of any team in the NFL right now. I don't think any team will have gotten more done this offseason than the Dallas Cowboys. And this is a testament. There is a true change. Everything is getting nailed down. Everything is getting done. And this Cowboys team means business. I think we're going to see a much improved year this year.